Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a baby.
Your mom always said, oh, put the ashtray right there. Your mom always said that even when you were little, you cried a lot.
I'm trying to come in so much excruciating pain there.
Well, I'm gonna take you home, and I'll go get your medicine, drop it off, and all that stuff. Oh no, no dead snake in the road.
Dr. White was like, oh, I like your hat, I like your jacket, I like your pants, I like your shoes, they all match.
No, he was flirting with you.
Trying to make me, I just feel better and I think about the pain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so ready to go back to Dr. Schoffer so you can do the procedure.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta be so careful now.
Yeah, you do. That's why you gotta continue to drink that lemon.
And then you don't even know I had some last night.
No, I didn't know. That's good.
I don't know if drinking it that bad got hurt.
Well, you gotta start drinking more and more of it. Why is this car slowing down? Because of the police?
I'm nauseous.
Look in that glove box and see if there are any salt. But don't let everything fall out. Those little packages of salt. That's why it's good to keep them. Well, I guess not. What about down there in that pocket in the door?